welcome to Mole Confidential, Season 6, Episode 3.
All right, we're back. So you can see we have the lovely and talented Kama and Stig and myself. If you haven't watched Episode 3 of The Mole, stop now. You must do it immediately. Hit pause. Because Mr. Stig was eliminated, the third victim of The Mole. How did it feel, Stig, when that screen turned red?
Other than hands and head, yeah, just a bit upsetting, but you know, it happens. It had to be someone.
Yeah, well, it's always somebody, and it was you for the third time, or for the third episode, so maybe you play again, it'll be your third elimination. Yep, we're going to get right to the questions. So the first question, or comment, I guess, / question, that I get messaged a lot, and I see it in a lot of times in the videos, or the tweets or whatever, is, can I be in next season? Is there a next season? This gets messaged during Twitch chat or Twitch streams, you name it, Discord. I hear it all the time. Can you be in next season? Maybe. Is there a next season? Yes. There will be a season 7. When that will kick in, I don't have any specifics yet. First rule is let's get through the current season. And then we can talk about it. But we'll do the same thing as before. There'll be sign-ups. We'll get applications basically from that. We'll try to sift through it to find out possible candidates. We'll meet with them, talk with them, and then we'll try to come up with a group that we bring in for like a party and final evaluations to decide players, alternates, all that good stuff. And here we have the challenge number 5, Amazing Maze. Now I'm going to get a little angle up here of it. One of the questions, you have about this, you can take.
Yes, someone asked how we actually made the maze so big, and the answer is World Edit, because we would have never been able to build this in a week. So there's a command for it where you could add different blocks. I have no idea how it works. Retro did this. And we basically did the circles, all of them, with World Edit, and the rest of it we did by hand. So the exits, entrances, and all that.
This was a big maze, and players, had a lot to explore. It was funny when this challenge ended, watching the players go around it looking for signs from the mole. And I don't think we had a sign on this one.
Didn't we?
I don't think we did. If we did, I don't remember putting it in here. And I'm not the mole. But I want to say, those are your signs, though. I think they just talk about the exit. Yeah, finish. Pretty sure I didn't put anything there. People would have seen it. So I don't believe there was any sign on this challenge. Sometimes their question is there as a trick, and I just make up like lots of good fake like comments the mole might make, so that players have to decide, did they miss the sign or is it there? Who knows? But I'm pretty sure I didn't put one on this one. But this is a beautiful looking challenge when you see this huge maze, and when you look at it, it's very, very daunting to look at. I think somebody made a joke comment asking, I think it was in the Confidential last episode, did Mario the Minotaur make the maze?
Well, he lives in it.
Yeah. So kind of going along with that mythology, the maze of the Minotaur. But I liked it. I thought that was a funny comment. But any feedback, comment when it came to the building of this, the actual creation?
Well, we wanted the labyrinth challenge. So I thought about doing a normal labyrinth first, but that would have been, your standard labyrinth, and it wouldn't be that exciting. So I thought, why not go with mythology? And then I remember there was a Minotaur maze with the guy in the wall and all that.
So any comments, Stig, on this one?
I really enjoyed this challenge. A lot of mole-ish moments in it, especially for us as players. There was definitely a lot of mole-ish moments. I did very much enjoy the looking around for like to see if there was a sign. I had a lot of fun messing with people on that. I'm not going to say much more. But yeah, I really enjoyed this challenge. It was really well done.
All right, so here we are. Don't stop. Now, the original idea for this challenge, what I originally was thinking, and obviously when I have an idea, it's maybe a rough idea. The builders take it in a direction that they like. But originally, what I was thinking was kind of an outdoor challenge where you'd have like a center spot that the player would stand in. And when I say go, they'd have to say that there where Stig is was the center. When I say go, Stig might have to only go through some simple parkour, like maybe a simple few jumps from where he is to where I am. Push a button and then run back and then do the same thing here to some other little simple jump. And then the same thing here to another simple jump. Or it could be a couple jumps, but nothing super difficult. And then here. But players could all be around it, watching it. And it would be more about how long can you maintain the pace of just literally constantly repeating and repeating and repeating before you mentally break down or physically break down. But the time would be aggressive, but not like overly aggressive. So that was kind of the initial idea, and I think I might have had it based off of like some other like TV show challenges. But then Kama, and I don't know if you did this all by yourself, you can communicate about that. They kind of took it and ran and made this much bigger course that the players had these like really these 4 unique areas to run down. But Kama, you can talk about that. You can talk about the question. Feel free.
Yeah, basically, when you said it with the course and the buttons, I took it one step further, I guess, and made 4 courses that they had to run, jump, and all that. I mean, they weren't too hard, I guess. And we talk about the timer in a bit. And Retro built the outside of it with poker, like every wall you see, and I just built the basic courses for it because I had a lot more to do with the redstone on the timer. There was also a question how the timer was handled on Challenge 6, so we have to go outside for that. Where's the start? It's over here. Basically, there's a lot of redstone repeaters, redstone. This is where I pretty much stood for almost the entire time. I waited for the next one to go, then I pressed the button, and the timer started going. The timer itself I made by letting my helpers run through all the courses and then see, did they take too long? Was it too short? So it was basically a guessing game, and I let them run for a few times so I could see that nothing distracts the redstone from earlier, like because when you push a button here, the gold block goes down. So the redstone signal would be blocked so it doesn't explode the TNT. But if you press the next button, the gold block goes up again. And if the redstone timer wasn't over here yet, it would still blow up the TNT. So I had to watch out for that throughout the whole challenge.
And how did you feel on this challenge, like running this course, Stig? Because you did very well on the course.
This challenge is definitely one of the hardest I've seen in Mole. Yeah, I didn't expect anything like this to even appear, but playing it was really fun. Like, it's really challenging. Like, it's really difficult, even for me. Like, I found this really difficult and really stressful to get through. So when I actually done all 4 of my laps, I was quite proud of myself. As for everyone else, I don't know. I think they might have tried it once the challenge was over, but yeah, I really enjoyed this challenge. It was really, really well done.
And I think in the future, originally one of the goals I had, and just time and everything else was tough, was to do a plug-in my mole plugin to have basically this built into it, so that like when they pushed the button, all it did was notify my plugin, and then I could have maybe some messages pop up. We could have maybe done that, like I guess we could have sprinkled some command blocks in certain spots where it would say like 5 seconds or something, and assuming we could isolate the times. But I'm assuming the redstone could have got a little bit more complicated just to do that, but it wasn't necessarily needed. But because this became such a long, each section was relatively long amount of time, 30, 40 seconds maybe. I think it would have been nice to possibly have some timer messages in the future. So I may do a plugin if we ever do a challenge similar to this again to help it, and it also saves people from putting like kind of all these crazy redstone contraptions. But maybe he likes doing it, in which case then he could still do it.
Well, I mean, building it is fun, but then watching it while the people run, that was a lot of stress.
All right, so here we are with a sneak peek at a challenge in our next episode. What could it be? All right, so now we're going to take not really a sneak peek, but we're going to take a look at the room of our eliminated player in episode 3, Mr. Stick. Here he is in his lovely room. And you can see these were some of the signs which he left up from that first challenge. But over here, the mole said, maybe you need to use hacks in this game too. Love the mole. Did get the TOO right too also, so very nice.
Spelling.
So there you go, Stig. You've been made fun of by the mole.
No.
I'll tell you what, I'm going to let you make a big reveal here about the mole. Is the mole male or female?
I don't know. That could be giving way too much away. I'm gonna say neither.
Neither?
Neither.
It's possible. So players and viewers and everybody can think about that. But the mole always very, very cheeky, very sneaky with the signs. Stig, we always tease a lot about hacking in UHCs. So I think that's kind of the genesis behind that comment. All right, so now we do have a question where people asked, what do players do between challenges? And I thought, well, we're already here. But, Stig, obviously this is a great comment for you because obviously decorating the rooms looks like one thing. But how did you guys, what did you do between challenges and how did you decorate your rooms? Where do you get the stuff?
Okay, so basically, in between challenges, Boz would allow us to go outside the back of the mansion, where we'd have a little area to mine resources and get stuff for our rooms. And in between challenges, we would just kind of talk about random things. Funny or not, that it's just all random. It could be to do with the mole, the challenges itself. But in this general area here, we would be allowed to mine resources, and then we would take them back to our rooms, make whatever we want, and when the challenge begins, we would put everything in a chest that is in our room, and we would go into the challenge empty-handed.
Yeah, a lot of times you would hear players asking other players, does anyone have any wood? I need wood sticks, and different things. And some of them would have that and offer it. Others wouldn't or didn't want to give up the stuff. And then players would come back here. You could see a little message when I enter. It says you can't break blocks anymore, but when you get in the area, you can break blocks. So that's just a world guard thing that I set up just so the players could tell when they were in an area. I don't remember how far back I took it. We'll know once I get the message saying you can't break blocks anymore. But I think I gave them a relatively big area that they could break blocks in.
Yeah, over here.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, way over here, is the depth and stuff. So you can see the mansion there in the distance. They got quite a lot of room, so they can explore. I don't even know what's in this area. I'm sure could be spawners, could be all kinds of stuff. But there's some nice formations. It looks like they didn't mine a ton of stuff, so they were relatively nice to the ecosystem. But here you can see the back of the mansion. You know what the back of the mansion kind of looks like? If you got rid of the 2 towers and you look at it like this, Doesn't it kind of look a little bit like the Millennium Falcon?
Oh,
True.
yeah, I built that on purpose. That was my intention all the time. Lol.
Now, after the first episode aired, you voted between the first and second on who you thought was the mole, and we revealed last week that you guys, by a majority, thought Affleck was the mole. This is now your voting between the second and third episode. And during that time, that week, you could vote by a majority. You still think Affleck is the mole. All right. Now the beautiful, magical moment that everybody loves so much. I'm waiting eagerly for Stig's submission. Last week we had Dreamwalker. Very lovely voice. I thought he did very well. I know people what you guys thought of it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
So not bad. But this week, the mole comment of the week is sung by somebody else. And I do encourage anyone who wants to submit an entry, go to the description of the video. There's a link you can click on. You can submit a WAV file that you put up on Dropbox or SoundCloud, or you can make it a YouTube video. Make it unlisted if you do that. That way nobody else knows about it until it airs. But you can sing Mole Comment of the Week however you want. Just please don't use any copyright music or songs in your renditions. But the current Comment of the Week song is sung by Morgan Bush. Take it away, Morgan.
Mole Comment of the Week. Ta-da!
All right. That was very lovely. All right. This comment of the week is by Maria Carson. And she said, for all those people telling mole jokes, I have to say that it is moletically incorrect. Don't quit your day job, Maria. So that's going to do it for Mole Confidential Season 6, Episode 3. We'll be back this Friday with another episode of The Mole, another player eliminated, one step closer to that final revelation on who the mole is. I think it's Kama. Vote now. But you guys are going to have to wait till Friday to find out who's the next person eliminated. If you haven't watched it yet, go back and watch everything. If you haven't watched the previous seasons, go back and watch those. But we're going to head out, and if you guys want to say goodbye, say your goodbyes.
Bye.
Bye.